Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, a production of Gore column in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives after they put out important news. With us today, this is going to be a great one. Cameron Chell, chairman, founder of CurrencyWorks, trades in both Canada and the US under the stock symbol CWRK. This is going to be a historic Beyond the Press Release because it might actually turn into an NFT one day. Why? Because the company has made history with the press release today that we're going to talk about. But for those new to the story, because you saw the headline and you just can't escape that headline. The basic description about the company is CurrencyWorks is a fintech company building products across the blockchain ecosystem. But we know that means a lot there. There's NFTs, digital currencies, blockchain itself. So more than just lip service, because a lot of people are trying to jump on the bandwagon. The company's clients already include Barrett-Jackson Auto Auction, the CSE and Odyssey Trust, Kodak One, the Kodak, Wax and Tops. You probably heard about them. That's for some NFT collectibles. And today's big press release, I'm going to read the headline: CurrencyWorks feature film NFTs for Zero Contact, starring Anthony Hopkins, sell for over $90,000, creating a brand new revenue stream for the film industry. Cam, welcome back. Congratulations, man.
George, it's just so great to be with you all the time. I love it. So thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. And yeah, we're pretty excited about what the team's been able to put together.
Well, this is an industry first, but before we get to the press release, I think we now have to talk to people just a little bit. It's not going to be an NFT tutorial about what NFTs are, because up until now, Cam, I think a lot of people treated them as this quirky thing online where people sold art collection for $69 million. It's just a bunch of digital art collectibles. And it's almost like a quirky, its own world. But now it's gone into the mainstream. You guys have brought it. So help people understand, what are NFTs? Give people how do you explain it to people?
Well, NFTs stands for non-fungible token, which from a technical standpoint means that you can't copy it, you can't transfer it, you can't exchange it for on a technical basis. But on a monetary basis, it really should be a fungible token, because actually it's now something that becomes tradable. It has value. And the reason is because it's on the blockchain and you can create scarcity. So imagine, if you will, a piece of digital content in the past. The second you put it up on the internet, it's immediately copyable. And in many respects, other than its marketing value, it has no value because there's no scarcity to it. Right. So this is what we saw happen with Napster and the kind of the implosion of the music industry and a bunch of different things around it. So, but what happens now is that you can take that digital content, whether it's a piece of music or a piece of art or now a film, and you can actually put it on the blockchain such that it can't be copied, and that it can't, but that you can transfer it for value. You can create scarcity. And so the implications of NFTs are far beyond what we're seeing now in digital collectibles, but this is the first iteration that's really practical and gaining momentum.
And by the way, for people at home might be thinking, because I've heard this criticism, well, who cares if I buy a clip of this interview as NFT? I can play it on YouTube all I want, and I can copy and paste all I want. Yeah, but remember, one person owns the Mona Lisa. You can take a picture of it, you can own prints, but only one person owns the Mona Lisa. And I think that's what people need to understand behind NFTs, that, right, Cam, we heard a lot of people say that, while Michael Jordan's, LeBron James slam dunk, I can just watch that on YouTube. So I think that's important for people to know. How big of a, go ahead.
It is important to note that. It's also important to note that, the Michael Jordan or LeBron James slam dunk that you see on a highlight reel is different than the NFT. It might be at a different angle. It might come with additional content. It comes with different rights around it. And so, it's the same, very good point to what you have now. Now, the difference again, though, is it's digital. So there's all kinds of additional applications and uses you can put around this, different experiences that you can have with this NFT that give it that value.
All right, so let's talk about how you applied that to Zero Contact. And congratulations on making history. You made Hollywood film history with this. How did you apply NFT technology economics to Zero Contact? And then let's talk about, what did you sell, but how did you guys apply it to Zero Contact, the film?
Yeah. So, from a technical standpoint, what we were able to accomplish is being able to take something the size of a full feature film and put it in a format where it's available as an NFT. And so that's something that, at least currently, and probably for quite some time, will be unique to the CurrencyWorks blockchain. And it's why we have a bit of a protected moat around this industry. So, what we really like in the NFT industry or the space of digital collectible space is an example what Dapper is doing with the NBA Top Shots, and what they've announced with the UFC and what they've announced with NFL. They're actually creating a marketplace. They're taking this, incredible technology and they're bringing it out to the masses. And that means you can buy it with a credit card. You don't have to be a genius to figure out how to have a crypto wallet. It's as easy as signing up for Netflix, those types of things. And so, we took a look at where are digital collectibles and that type of content really, really relevant. And so certainly in sports it is, but also in movies. If we think about the DVDs we used to collect, or the Blu-rays, or the fan memorabilia around particular actors and such.
And there were some special box set editions and things like that,
absolutely.
Right? It's been around.
Yeah, no, we're not doing anything new in terms of human psyche or human purchasing patterns. All we're doing is putting it in a digital format that people can digest easily and consume.
So what did you sell? Because you sold the platinum edition of something, I want you to explain it, for about $57,000 US, and you sold an elite edition NFT for about $37,000. So what did the buyer get there specifically with you guys, Cam?
Yeah, so the what we call the one of one, the more expensive one, what the buyer actually got, and it was a very, very well-known crypto buyer who made this purchase. What they got was an original version of the movie. They also got a version of the movie that was with an actor that the whole movie was shot with before Anthony Hopkins even did it. So, and that will never be seen on streaming. That will never be seen.
Oh, wow.
They also got digital outtakes. They got crypto art that was related to the movie. There's some interviews that are involved with it. And so all of these things as a bundle make this extremely unique. Now, the really cool thing in this particular case that the buyer got is they actually got a part in the movie. So they are able to actually cut themselves into the movie and have a part in it. And so this NFT will have that particular owner in the movie, a speaking part, across from Anthony Hopkins. And this particular person is an Anthony Hopkins fan as well.
Oh, that's so good. If I known, I would have been bidding then. Because, people see me in a movie, I'm going Hollywood all the way. The great thing about what you guys sold is you also get a royalty with it, right? So let's say I was the buyer and I bought this for $57,000. If I sell it next year for $157,000, just like all collectibles, right? We see people who bought sports cars back in the 70s for a couple $100,000. Now there were 20. So eventually this is going to go on and gain value. You're always going to get a royalty. I've never seen that before. Usually in the collectible world, once you sell something, you've sold it, you're done. You get your cash and you don't have anything to do with it again. That's a great business model.
It is a great business model, and it does two things. First of all, it builds a recurring revenue model for the platform, which is us. And what we've seen already is that not the highest level NFT, but one of the lower level NFTs that sold yesterday has already gone up for sale at about 3 times the price. And there's offers and stuff happening with it. So there's a 10% trader that we get on all the trading. The net revenue out to that after everybody else is paid out and looked after is about 5% to us. So, I mean, that's meaningful revenue. And these things will turn and we'll continue to work and build an active marketplace for all of the movies ongoing. And the studios and the actors now have a reason to help keep that movie alive and the following of it happening and such. So fantastic revenue model in that regard. And we'll add other things. Now, this movie, there's already been announcements of a sequel. There's some amazing actors that are joining on along with Anthony Hopkins on that, and there may even be more. So, so we now have a built-in revenue stream and franchise as it relates to this. Now, the other great thing about having a trader on it, if you will, is the fact that it really incents content providers to put up great content and bring it to the table. So, if you're Major League Baseball or if you're NHL or somebody like that, do you want your trading cards in physical form where you can, you get a license and you sell it once and you maybe get some licensing fee each year, or do you want a piece of all that action for that card forever and ever and ever? And listen, like if you're 20 or less, would you rather have a baseball card, or would you rather have it in the universe? This is my phone here. You can't see because of the green screen, but or would you rather have it on your phone? Like people today, youth today, and I'm going to call that 20 and under for sure, if not older, they live on their phone 100%. But I live on my phone. Right?
You're right. And you know what? You can laugh at it. People can laugh at it and say, oh, that sounds ridiculous. But, you know, I bet you there were people 50 years ago saying, you're collecting a baseball card? How stupid is that?
Yeah.
Why are you holding on to a rare baseball card? And look what's happened to it, right?
100%. It is coming very quickly. You know, I have a number of sons, but one of the younger ones is, you know, into Pokemon, and he's like, I don't know, like these cards, like the physical cards, he said to me a number of times is, you know, he does everything on his phone. He has
I got to carry this around.
He has his game on his phone. He is like, why do I, you know, and he's asked me, like, people used to collect baseball. Like, why do you collect baseball? Like, it's crazy.
Is this revolutionary? Like, how, all kidding aside, is this a revolutionary event for Hollywood and the global film industry?
Well, I think blockchain is a revolutionary event for Hollywood and many other industries. And I think what we're seeing here is just one of the first killer apps, you know, the email of Hollywood, if you will, in blockchain. That's what digital collectibles are, and a new distribution method. So we don't see it as being disruptive. We see it as being very incremental. And what we'll see with Zero Contact is that it's premiered, right, to a very select community, but it's premiered to as an NFT. But all this has done is add value to the movie. The distribution rights for this to sell it out to traditional distributors, both domestically and internationally, and home entertainment and everything else, the price has gone up because of the exposure that's happened, right? So the producers and the filmmakers are going, wait a minute, this is found money. This actually helps our traditional, and the streamers are going, wait a minute, this is additional exposure. And the theaters are going, wait, this is additional exposure. So this is a win-win-win. There's no disruption here that's taking money out of anybody's pocket.
No doubt.
It's only about creating a bigger piece of the pie.
Yeah, and usually a film comes out, Star Wars, you see all these collectibles at McDonald's, all these places. It's there for a couple months or so, and then it's over, right? You get as many little dolls sold as you can for the couple months while the movie's hot, and then it's done. But this just has a trailing perpetuity to it that keeps going and going. And on that note, this isn't a one-off. I want to make sure people know that, and you explain it. VUELE, and I'm assuming I pronounced that correctly, is your NFT platform for feature films. So where do you think you're going with this going forward, Cam?
Yeah, it's a great point, George. I mean, we have another NFT platform called Moto Club, which is in partnership with Barrett-Jackson Auto Auction, and that's everything car enthusiast. And so we're building a community around car enthusiasts, and we've seen great sales and uptake and all of the types of things around creating special moments at auctions and special moments at car reveals. And so people can track at these cars and these collectible cars, but they do it in a digital format, and they have a community to do it in. And so VUELE is the same thing, except it's for the film industry. And it's really for fans who, want to get, see that film before anybody else, or have a special edition of it, or have the outtakes of it, or have the interviews with it, and be able to buy and sell and trade and share and experience their stories around it. So, imagine, if you will, you had one of the original copies of Saturday Night Live or Pulp Fiction or, Gone with the Wind or whatever. I mean, that's the value on those things today would be millions of dollars. And that's what is exactly going to happen in this market, certainly in my opinion. Yeah,
the possibilities are endless. Like, as you make your next film or the sequel that you're saying to you might have behind the scenes stuff. And I'm not talking about film behind the scenes, but there's George Anthony Hopkins having a laugh about something. And that's a unique, that's a unique digital collectible that only one person can buy or something like that. The possibilities are endless, and people want these things. Last question, because I know you got to run. You brought up Barrett-Jackson. So this is your second vertical that you're successful in. There's the automotive, and now there's Hollywood. What do you want to tell your shareholders? What does it say that the likes of Barrett, because look, this would be a good idea. I could maybe come up with a general idea, but Barrett-Jackson is saying, we want to partner with CurrencyWorks. And Moto Club, we want to partner with. What does it say to your shareholders about you guys that the biggest names want to do this with you because they trust you and they have confidence in you?
Well, there's three key aspects that they're looking for. One, do we have a grasp on the market and know what we're doing? Can we create a marketplace? The second is, do we have the technical underpinnings to actually, pull this off? This is complex, right? And the third is, are you compliant, right? Are you credible? So, there are, marketplaces potentially out there that are coming up and coming to market where, you know, anybody anywhere can just come in and bid, and they can bid with crypto, and there's no know your client, there's no anti-money laundering laws, there's no any of those types of things. And so when you look at why the NBA is working with a company like Dapper and creating a curated marketplace, it's because they have compliance that they need to deal with. They have, you know, everything from their regulatory bodies to the SEC to, you know, the US government and taxes and antitrust, all of it. So they have to be in this very, very compliant market in order to service their customers and create this. And that's why these customers are coming to us. So they're coming to us because they know that we've got those things in place and that we're a public company, and that, you know, this is just basically how we operate as a company, and the types of things that we've built before. And so that's a very big difference between, you know, what we do and maybe what some other just kind of freewheeling marketplaces do that accept crypto on any terms. Now, listen, we take crypto, we take credit card, we do all of that type of stuff, but it's done within the existing, you know, banking system. And those are things that attract clients to us, and why we're going to continue to build out these marketplaces. I just want to end with this, and I really appreciate your time today, is that,
Sure.
you know, if you look at Dapper Labs, private company, $7.6 billion valuation,
Wow.
customers. They just took in another $250 million. They just announced the NFL. And, you know, as a public company comp, we feel that we're probably the best comp out there to start to get involved with this market.
Hey guys, this video is over, but don't forget to help your company by liking it and even leaving a comment below. And then don't forget to help yourself by subscribing to our channel and never missing another great Agoracom small cap video.